Good morning, dear student. Uh, I'm making this video for the second semester students of BBA and BBIS class at Kathmandu University. And uh, I want to introduce you to Unit 6 in your compulsory English course for second semester. As you can see on the screen, Unit 6 is academic writing. And there are three topics given here: gathering relevant information, understanding the contexts and practices, writing and editing. So let me introduce you to the book which has been prescribed for this unit. Here is the book. Let me show the cover of the book. This is the book in your course. The title of the book is How to Write for University, Academic Writing for Success. This is the book in your course. For example, if you check the course, it is given here. This one, How to Write for University, Academic Writing for Success, published by Pearson Higher Education, 2013 edition. And this is the book. Now let's get into the book and learn more about the book. So let's begin with the table of content and see what we have to study. So in your curriculum, we have the first chapter as gathering relevant information. And if you come to the first section of the book, introduction, essentials for getting started, how to gather and record relevant information. So this is the chapter which is in your course. Uh, and the headings under this chapter are university writing in context, lectures, listening and academic writing, researching information for writing assignments, reading effectively, notes from lectures and reading, speaking, thinking, and academic writing. From page, let's say, uh, 11 to page 59, almost 50 pages. And then, if you go in your course, the second chapter in your course is understanding the context and practices. So if you check the book, the second section here is understanding the contexts and practices relating to academic writing, how to meet the standards. And the subheadings under this section are organizing yourself for writing, the format of academic writing, following the expected academic style in your writing, information processing and critical thinking for writing, referring to source material in your writing, presentation of academic assignments, what markers look for when assessing written work. Then the third section in your writing is, in your course, is writing and editing. And if you go into the book, you can see the third section here, writing technique, how to plan and write for assessment. So here you have writing and editing, and here you have writing technique, how to plan and write for assessment. And the headings are planning your writing assignments, writing a first draft, reviewing, editing, and proofreading your writing. So your course is writing and editing, and here you have planning your writing, then writing the draft, and then editing, writing and editing. This section, developing future academic writing, how to build on markers, advice for good results. This is not in your course, but this section, particularly academic writing in exam, is important. And if we find time, I would like to talk about this section because it talks about how to write your exam answers more effectively. So this is the course for academic writing. And Let me begin with the first topic, gathering relevant information. So this is the section. Let's go to the first section and see what is given there. We won't read preface. Okay. We won't read about the authors also. I would like to quickly see this section, I guess, the importance of writing at university, although it is not in your course, but let's see if there is something important. So there are two key topics, writing and process of communication, and how this book is organized. And we have key university terms like what are the two words important for academic writing at the university, like critical thinking and professional body. So let's read this section, what it says. Writing is a skill that will not be confined to your university days. When you leave university and you go for a job in the market, and when you are working any company or at any in any position, you will need writing skills. You will need to write messages. You will need to write mails. You will need to write reports. You will need to write analysis, lab analysis, various types of writings. Indeed, your ability to use the transferable skill of writing will mark you as a competent communicator of facts and opinions. The better you write, the better communicator you are thought to be. In your professional life, in all sorts of contexts and for all sorts of purposes, you will draw on the training you receive at university in presenting your ideas effectively on paper. However, it takes time and dedication to acquire and develop the competence in writing that you will need. This book is about how you can develop your skill in academic writing from the very start of your university studies so that it becomes an effective tool of communication within your skill set. So, this paragraph just introduces the book to you. Okay, let's read this seriously. What is academic writing? This is important question. Before we start reading further, we need to know what academic writing is. And chances are you may have a long answer question in the examination also about what academic writing is. Let's read it. Universities have been around for a long time and have evolved over the years in many respects. However, one feature that remains constant is the need to present work for assessment in writing. Let me highlight it and explain it to you. So, at the university, you will write essays, you will write assignments, and you will submit your teachers, and your teachers will assess your writing and they will grade you. So your writing will be evaluated. Let's read further. While the technology that makes printed or electronic submission possible is relatively new, little has changed about the fundamental features that characterize acceptable academic writing, even when word processed. So today we have computers, we have printers, we have emails, we have digital technology. So many times we do not have to write with your hands. We can type in, we can key in our answers, but many times we write with our hand. For example, in your classrooms, you have your note copies, you have your ball pen or fountain pen, and you write. Let's read further. Thus, academic writing is an expression of logic that is the product of thinking. So, first point about what is academic writing. So as I highlight these points, as you're watching my video, you note down these points in a note copy, and these are the points you will need to write your exam essays. So what is academic writing? an expression of logic that is a product of thinking. There are two words here, logic and thinking. What is logic? Logic is reasoning. Logic is argumentation. Logic, uh, I will take umbrella because it's going to rain. This is logical. If I say I won't take umbrella because it is going to rain, it's not logical. The logical connection is if it is going to rain, it's logical that you take an umbrella. Okay. The point here is that academic writing makes arguments. Academic writing makes reasoning. Academic writing makes claims. Academic writing supports claims with reasons and evidences. Let's read further. This means that the writing that you produce is a reflection of your intellectual abilities. This is important. So, what does it mean? Writing at the university is very significant because it shows your wisdom, it shows your knowledge, it shows your intelligence, it shows your critical thinking. So, as you write at the university, you write your dissertation, you write your thesis, you write your research report, you write your term papers, you write your exam essays, you write your assignments. It shows how intelligent you are as a student. Okay. It puts into words your knowledge and your conceptual understanding. So, look, academic writing is an expression of knowledge, and academic writing is about understanding concepts. Right now, we are talking about the idea of academic writing. Academic writing itself is a concept, okay, and shows evidence of your ability to think critically. Now, look, this term, think critically. What is critical thinking? Put simply, you say something and then somebody raises a question, why should I believe you what you're saying? And you support your statement with true reason. You give a reason to support your claim. Then the person says, why should I believe the reason? Then you show an evidence to support a reason. You make a claim, you support the claim with a reason, and then you give an evidence to corroborate the reason. Claim, reason, evidence. That becomes, in a sense, critical thinking because you said something, somebody raised a question about what you're saying, and you are trying to support and convince the person to accept what you're saying. Okay. It demonstrates your competence in expressing higher order concepts. Look, uh, what is academic writing? Its competence to express higher order concepts, concepts that you study at the university level in different subjects like in economics or other subjects. For example, expressing opinions based on thorough analysis. Look here, the word analysis is very important because, for example, when you see things on Facebook, for example, they may not have thorough analysis of the topic. But when you write a research paper or dissertation or thesis or a term paper or assignments, argumentation, then you make thorough analysis. Analysis is looking something part by part, looking something piece by piece, dissecting the structure, focusing on the structure of something. Then you have the word synthesis. Synthesis is bringing together. In a sense, analysis is putting parts separate, and synthesis is seeing the interrelationship among the parts. For example, if you see the human body, analysis can be you focus on the head first, then you focus on the heart, then you focus on the limbs, then you focus on the muscles, then you focus on the stomach, then you focus on the uh, 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 thighs, then you focus on the veins, You focus on each part separately and see how that is made, how that functions. Then what do? You see the interrelationship among these various parts, how the head is connected with the torso through the neck, and how the torso is connected with the thighs and legs, how the veins go from top to bottom, how the blood is pumped from the heart through the body to the brain, and you see how each part is connected with another, and you understand how the body functions because you have a you can synthesize the whole different parts and see it together. Then another word is evaluation. You judge how good something is, how standard something is, how acceptable something is, how something is based on study and research. So you analyze sources, you read books, you read someone says right now you're reading this book, and you can judge how well this book is written. You read 10 books on a same topic, academic writing, for example, and you see what different things these 10 authors say about what academic writing is, and you put them together. And then you judge whether we should accept what they're saying or we should not accept what they're saying about what academic writing is. Thus, look here, the word thus, conclusion marker. Academic writing has to be planned. Look here. You have to plan writing. It has to be concise. It shouldn't be wordy. You should be able to say a lot with using few words and relevant to the task. You are given an assignment by your teacher. Your teacher says, do this thing, write about this, and your answer should match the assignment to the task set and the nature of the form of writing. Look, form of writing. Are you writing a story? Are you describing something? Are you reasoning, making a case, arguing? Because your teachers sometimes might ask you to write a narrative essay. They might ask you to write descriptive essay. They might ask you to write cause and effect essay. They might ask you to write an explanatory essay. So what you write depends on what your teachers assign you, because academic writing takes place in the university setting, classroom setting. Your teachers assign you and you write accordingly. By observing these characteristics, you will gain good marks for your work. Okay, good reading we read. So we began with the question, what is academic writing? And now, if you have not noted down, pause my video and or go back again. And in your note copy, note these points. Point one, academic writing is expression of logic that is a product of thinking. Write it down. Number two, academic writing is a reflection of your intellectual ability. Number three, academic writing is putting your knowledge into words. You know something and you write it down. Academic writing is putting your conceptual understanding into words. You read economics, for example, and uh, you study what is demand and supply equilibrium, and you write down that theory of demand supply equilibrium, the concept, how you understand the concept, you write. So, number three, academic writing is putting down your concepts and concept understanding into words. Then, number four, academic writing is your ability to think critically. Number five, academic writing is competence in expressing higher order concepts. Number six, academic writing is analyzing sources, synthesizing sources, and evaluating sources that you read while writing your research paper, for example. And number seven, academic writing is planned, it is concise, it is relevant, and it is done in response to a teacher's assignment. So these 7 or 8 points I said. In class, I will check your copy, and in your copy, write these 7 or 8 points. So I pause my video here, and in the next video, I will talk about writing and the process of communication. This much in this section. So once again, I remind you, I explained you what academic writing is, and I said that academic writing is these things, about 8 things, as you can see on the screen, and your job is to write these 8 points in your copy. Thank you for watching my video and doing my assignment.